Hello everyone, the Silver Devil here, and Fluttershy. And today I'm going to talk to you about My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I'm going to tell you about my favorite MLP villains and what they did and why they're my favorite and basically the list. So let us freaking begin. Alright, so my favorite, well, my top favorites, the list. Basically, it goes in order as it did in the shows, from season 1 to, 3, and whatever. So, here's the list. Nightmare Moon, Discord, Queen Chrysalis, and Sombra. That is how my list went. It went from, Nightmare Moon being my number one favorite, mostly because, Nightmare Moon's awesome, and, Nightmare Moon was my number one favorite villain because, I don't know, there was something about her that was just awesome and cool and stuff. And then, came in Discord. Here came in Discord, the Master of Chaos. And I was like, oh, I like this guy. He wants eternal chaos. And he has all this power and stuff and whatever. And it's awesome. And Chrysalis, I like Chrysalis. She was just awesome. She was like, how everyone portrays her, she's like kind of like a Disney villain, So... yeah, Chrysalis, and then came Sombra. Sombra looked really awesome. He looked cool. He was like Scar from The Lion King. He looked vicious, evil. He just looked awesome and whatever. So my list went like that. So my list went Nightmare Moon, Discord, Chrysalis, and Sombra. But then season 3 and Keep Coming Flutter On, Fluttershy reformed Discord. So Discord is no longer in the villain list now that he's reformed. So I was like, oh, okay, so he's not a villain anymore. That's good, but at the same time, I have to take him out of my villain list because, he's not evil anymore. So it just went Nightmare Moon, Chrysalis, Sombra. And then, that's when we had the season 4 finale, villain, TRex. So when I first saw TRex, I was like, who is this guy? And then a lot of people were saying that he was a G1 villain from Generation 1. And so I looked it up, saw what he looked like back in the 80s, and I was like, dude, this guy looks vicious, But to be honest, he looked a little bit more creepier in the classic than he does in the new one, but either way, they're both awesome. So, but the thing is, the difference between this TRex and that TRex is that the G1 TRex wanted Eternal Night, like Nightmare Moon. G4 TRex wanted to take all the equestrian magic. So, but either way, similarities and stuff. So when TRex showed up, he was basically the icing on the cake. Because he was the one villain closest to his goal. I mean, Nightmare Moon wanted Eternal Night. Okay? She didn't get it, obviously. Turned back to Luna with the Elements of Harmony. Boom! Rainbow power. Discord wanted Eternal Chaos. Of course, did not work. Boom! Rainbow power, Elements of Harmony. Chrysalis wanted to conquer and enslave ponies and stuff. And Shining Armor, boom, love, defeated. Sombra wanted the Crystal Empire. And was defeated by love also, by the Crystal Ponies. And he was the only villain that died. So that's kind of dark. And then came TRex, who basically, was the one closest to his goal because Discord went to go fight him, and he basically told Discord that, you had to change your true nature to stay in their good graces and stuff, so he basically turned him back into a villain. So when I saw it, I was like, okay, so is Discord back in my villain list, or do I just leave it out there until, So I just left it out, and I was like, alright, it kind of pissed me off, but, TRex is different from the rest of the villains. He manipulated Discord. Basically, he took the magic from unicorns, Pegasus, and Earth ponies, and became really strong. He, basically was the closest to his goal. He would have had the Alicorn magic, but, Twilight had it, so he couldn't find it. But the reason TRex was closest to his goal is because he was basically unstoppable for a while. The only reason Twilight was able to fight him was because she had 4 times the alicorn magic. If she did not have that, he would have won. He sent the princesses to Tartarus, which is kind of dark for a kid's show if you think about it. And, he would have ruled Equestria, betrayed Discord if he had won, basically. He would be worse than Sombra. You think Crystal Ponies are traumatized just by hearing Sombra's name. But imagine if T-Rex went to the Crystal Empire and took over. He'd be worse than Sombra. So, that's exactly my point. That, T-Rex was basically the strongest, the most powerful villain they've ever faced in My Little Pony. So, yeah. Number one, excuse me, Nightmare Moon wanted Eternal Night. Discord wanted Eternal Chaos. Chrysalis wanted to enslave ponies. Sombra wanted to, Crystal Empire, blah, blah, blah. Nightmare Moon could have gotten it, but she didn't. Eternal Night would probably be considered a bad thing because we do need the daytime to plant food and whatnot, so the Earth ponies would starve, basically. And the other ponies as well. Eternal Chaos is even worse because nothing's going to make sense, and, you'll never know when it's nighttime or daytime, blah, 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 blah. Now, Chrysalis enslaving everyone would be horrible, too, because everyone would be in cocoons, and the changelings would take over the place, and they'll feed off all the love, and basically, eventually, ponies will die. Sombra, he truly kind of disappointed. He didn't really do much, didn't really do anything. He wanted to take over the Crystal Empire, he didn't get a chance to, even though Cadence's magic was, during the time she fainted, he could have easily broke in there, but no, let's take our sweet time because I'm evil. But, he didn't really do much. But then T-Rex showed up. And T-Rex did what no villain in MLP ever did. He took away everyone's magic. Became incredibly powerful. If that box had not been there, it would have been over for all of them. Alright, there would have been no princesses as they would be in Tartarus. All ponies will live in fear and will live by his, will. No one will be able to stop him. Basically, he would have won. He would have had all the alicorn magic, all the unicorn magic, Pegasus, Earth Pony. He'll have all their magic, and he'll be like their god. So, he was the closest. So, here's my new list. My new list goes as it shows. Nightmare Moon, T-Rex, Chrysalis, and Sombra. So that's my new list. Because, again, Discord's reformed, and in the ending, sorry, Fluttershy, in the ending they forgave him, and yeah, whatever. So yeah, that's my new list. I know it's not much. Nightmare Moon is still my number 1 favorite. She just is. She's awesome that way. But T-Rex number 2 now. Since Discord's not evil anymore. Yeah, so, goes as it shows, that is my favorite villains of MLP. So, that's it, people. Hopefully, Season 5, the premiere, maybe they'll have a new villain. Maybe in the Season 5 premiere or the finale, either way. If they can top T-Rex, I will be surprised. But other than that, T-Rex is the icing on the cake, as I said. T-Rex basically would have had his goal. Was the closest one to his goal. Because he had all the power, the princesses were weak, and yeah, you get it. So, this has been the Silver Devil, this is Fluttershy, and I shall see you on the next one. Can't wait till Season 5.